This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of December 13th, 2022. I'm Alex Brown. Michigan-based Solbrain MI today announced plans to invest $75 million to build a manufacturing facility in Kokomo. The company, a subsidiary of Solbrain Holdings in South Korea, says the facility will be used to produce high-purity electrolyte for the production of EV batteries at the planned $2.5 billion Stellantis Samsung SDI plant in the Howard County city. The investment is expected to create up to 75 jobs by the end of 2025. The company says it will break ground on the 30,000 square foot facility in March, with hiring for a variety of positions, including engineers and technicians, slated to begin in early 2024. Solbrain bills itself as a Tier 1 supplier for the electric vehicle battery industry. Purdue University has announced Ryan Walters as its next head football coach. Walters most recently served as defensive coordinator for the University of Illinois and becomes the fourth youngest Division I head coach at the age of 36. More than $450 million in wagers were placed last month at Indiana's sports books, which helped the state hit a key milestone for sports betting. According to PlayIndiana.com, November's handle put the total amount of sports betting wagers past the $10 billion mark since 2019. The November wagers created just over $3 million in taxes for the state and nearly $40 million in revenue for gambling companies. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Bigwigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing. Plus, you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
State economic development officials want to make sure Indiana can respond quickly to opportunities when federal dollars are doled out for innovative projects in defense, new energy, and microelectronics. As part of the response plan, the Indiana Economic Development Corporation is partnering with the Applied Research Institute to jointly develop strategies to attract new businesses and support existing work. In addition to the partnership, current IEDC Executive Vice President of Entrepreneurship and Innovation Dave Roberts will transition to the new role of CEO of ARI.
Speed is the new incentive, as Secretary Chambers likes to say nowadays. So being ready to apply for, ready to capture those opportunities, and then ready to execute is another theme. So it's certainly one of the key things that we want to focus on in terms of being ahead of the game a little bit, understanding what's coming down the pike through our federal partners in DC, and just being ready to move more quickly than we might have in the past as a state.
ARI, also known as the Indiana Innovation Institute, works with academia, industry, and government. Roberts says ARI will operate under a new professional services agreement with the IEDC in a similar manner as Elevate Ventures, as both organizations operate in close alignment with the IEDC, but as independent entities. Against the objections of dozens of residents, members of the Lebanon City Council voted 5-1 Monday to annex 5,225 acres of land for the LEAP Lebanon Innovation and Research District, a planned 11,000-acre high-tech innovation park in Boone County. Residents opposed to the project voiced concerns over the loss of farmland, increased traffic congestion, and the massive amount of water that will be needed to support the district. State officials are currently exploring the feasibility of transporting up to 100 million gallons of water a day through a 35-mile pipeline from the Wabash Aquifer in Lafayette. Lebanon Planning Director Ben Bontrager said the LEAP district will bring between $1 million and $1.5 million in annual tax revenue to the city. Bird flu has been confirmed in snow geese and other water birds from Gibson County in southwestern Indiana and is suspected in a commercial turkey flock in nearby Davies County. Here's Gary Dick.
Approximately 700 geese, primarily snow geese, have recently been found dead in western Gibson County, that according to the Indiana Department of Natural Resources. More than 100,000 snow geese currently are present there. Birds infected with bird flu may display unusual behaviors, such as erratic swim patterns, tremors, a twisted neck, and general lack of coordination. Individuals who see sick birds or find multiple birds dead in a single area should report them to the agency. Meanwhile, the Indiana State Board of Animal Health says a commercial flock of more than 11,000 turkeys at a farm in Davis County tested presumptively positive for bird flu and has been quarantined. Samples will be tested at Iowa's National U.S. Department of Agriculture laboratory for confirmation. The board says statewide, 10 commercial flocks of turkeys and ducks have tested positive for bird flu this year. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indianapolis promoter Amp Harris is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.